During my Japan trip, I picked up a load of really cool magazines of Suzuki stuff and K-car stuff. And yeah, it's just really nice little thing to bring home, flick through and pore over all the details. But there was one in particular that I thought was really unusual. And it was this K-car magazine, but it's a special one all about the Honda Beat. And as you know, I previously owned a Honda Beat. So I asked on the US owners Facebook group for Beats, would they be interested in me doing a little video walking through this magazine, showing some of the pages in it. And yeah, there was a few people interested, so why not? So first up, I mean, the K-car magazines are generally like, you know, about multiple models. Like I can show you one of the other ones here. And there's all sorts of K-cars in here. I'll do this maybe in a separate video. But this one is all just Honda Beat, which is pretty cool. This cover is just absolutely epic. Everything from like NASCAR inspired beats to off-road buggy beats to like what looks like almost like a Ferrari F50 beat. It's just epic. The amount of effort that goes into these covers, they're all just hand illustrated back before, you know, computerized graphics and whatever else. This magazine is particularly, is from 1997. So the Beat was already kind of out quite a while at that point. That's why there's a lot of tuning parts available and shown in this. It probably was still available. It was probably one of the last years of the Honda Beat, to be honest. Another unusual item before I open that one is, you know, most Japanese magazines have the cover on what we would call the back, and then they work this direction. But this one, for some reason, starts like a conventional Western magazine with the cover on this side. I don't know why that is. So this first ad is from Automac Racing Boutique. Never heard of them, but I guess they sold various aftermarket parts like Coney dampers, manifolds, performance parts, wheels, roll cages, everything like that, and a lot of track cards shown here. It's kind of interesting hardtop. It's kind of a double bubble style, which I haven't seen before either. And as well, this cutout here in the bonnet, which I don't really understand because obviously there's no air filter there. So curious to know what that's for. This is more like a stock Beat. This is as basic as it gets. So steel wheels, no extras. And I guess this was just a review of the Beat. There's the beautiful engine, EO7A. And now into some mods. So this is Esqueleto, I think is how you pronounce it, which is a Japanese brand. And I did see a Honda Beat in Fuji Speedway with some Esqueleto seats in the driver's side. It's got what are those seats? Esqueleto seats, which I think are Japanese. He's got the re-trimmed armrest in the center with the zebra print. So they're quite a narrow seat, I guess, about a fixed bucket. And then we're getting into some of the meets. I guess these are either clubs or meets or both. Beat Mania, Skipped Beat, Club PP1, Beat Club. And then this whole next section goes basically into each one of these meets or clubs. I guess they're clubs, beatniks. They're all a play on the Beat, obviously. So common things you see in quite a lot are, you know, these two have Watanabe wheels, again, same again. Racing stripes, yeah. This crazy hardtop here with the rear window. Mugen wheels, they were the official ones for the Beat. Next club up is Air. There's a lower front lip. Completely different bumper here as well. These look like fairly large wheels, maybe 15-inch wheels. Let it beat. This is great, pretty crazy looking. They have little eyeball stickers over the headlamps. Beat Mania. Some Enki wheels, 14s I think. And quite a common upgrade. You can see them again here. And again. Nice Nardi wooden steering wheel. Beat Club Shizuka. I'm basically just looking for anything interesting that's out of the ordinary to point out. There's a pretty cool seat in here. Don't know what brand that is. Beat Sonic. Very nice steering wheel. Looks like it might be personal. Check out that spoiler. Nice. Kind of a high rise. Mugen wheels again. Now we're getting into some very big wheels. I can see 15 mentioned here, so maybe they are only 15s, but they look huge in the Beat. It's like a larger version of these style. Skipped Beat. Now these wheels I definitely do like. Can't remember, are they Advans or something like that? Very cool, 4 spokes, you hardly ever see that. Club Hornet, Jelly Beans. It's a cool name. Halfway spoiler for front lip. Interesting. This one's kind of a bit crazy on the front. Cobra bucket seats. Club Breeze. We get into more aftermarket options and modifications and all that later in the magazine, but this is fairly kind of run-of-the-mill modifications. Some ATS wheels, never seen that on a Beat. And 14s and 15s staggered on this Watanabe's. These look like MX5 wheels, 14-inch wheels, painted white, but the centre is missing. Club PP1. Oh, this looks like a Mugen front bumper and some nice wheels. Oh, okay, these ones are also Mugen wheels, but I don't know if they were ever sold kind of intentionally for the Beat. They were sold for other cars like the Honda CRX, but they fit a Beat perfectly. Gotta be one of the coolest wheels out there. Mugen front lip, or at least a Mugen sticker on it. I might put this video in reverse order and show the clubs at the end, because I'd say there'll be more interesting stuff further into the magazine. Okay, so a Mugen ad. They're not showing the complete range of parts, but they're showing suspension primarily and the body kit. So hardtop, front bumper, side skirts, spoiler and rear bumper. And then there's the wheels, 14-inch wheels. Next up is how to clean your Beat seats. Precious zebra print seats. Get that toothbrush into the pedals. Clay barring. Measuring the paint depth before you start polishing. There's a massive amount of cars here. There's no wonder there's so many Beats still around to this day. S660. I wonder were they kind of nicknaming it that or something like that? But that's well before Honda actually used that name. This is all sorts of messed up. That's an Honda Integra front end grafted into a Beat. Crazy. Ferrari badges. Suzuka Circus. The moon discs. Interesting front bumper as well, actually. Side skirts. And then the colour has been painted a kind of a teal. Or not painted, but retrimmed. I believe this is some of the original Honda Beat brochures and stuff when it was new. I've seen them before. Beat history. Okay. So these are all the colours that it was available in. I'd forgotten it was available in blue. I think that might have been the last iteration. That would be in kind of 97 end, the other end of the 1990s. And some of the concept drawings. You can see they're obviously taking some inspiration from motorcycles. It's cool teledial wheels. I guess they evolved into the ones that ended up on the Beat. And this is completely different. And you can see some where these concepts of the interior, like this shelf or kind of design that ran across the whole dash, did actually make it through in a slightly modified and in this very thin center console to give the most amount of room inside the car. Brochures, memorabilia. This is a genuine Honda gold key, or brass. Model cars. I guess if you searched hard enough and long enough, you would probably find some of these things on Yahoo Auctions Japan. A watch, I've never seen that before. Or I've never seen this model. What is this? Walkie-talkies? Weird. Sunglasses? So cool. Okay, we're getting into the modification side of things now. So some of the tuning houses, Automac. I guess this is the same guys that were on the very opening pages here, Automac. Halfway, or a very well known brand. I'm not sure they're still going, but they certainly were popular for a long time. It looks like they had a turbo kit. TD05M. 120 PS. Yeah, that's quite spicy. Beat. Oh, look at this. Never seen that before. It's like a hardtop and integrated air intake on the roof, like some of the NSX-R and those kind of cars. MR2s have some modifications like that. Very cool. You can kind of see it peeking over the top here. I like that. That front bumper is cool as well. 70 PS, so I guess it's 700cc, so they bored it out. It's a little bit more horsepower. There's Mugen, Palms, which I guess was body kits, Super Beat, same again, and some headlight covers. B-Tune. Hardtop spoiler, side skirts. Zeek RX. These are so many aftermarket companies are making parts. Fields are still about as far as I know. Yeah, I like that bumper. And this extra, it almost looks like a Porsche 911 Turbo kind of whale tail. Huge. Oh yeah, I've seen this before. So it's got an air intake or exhaust, kind of, you know, letting heat out of the engine bay, kind of integrated into the spoiler. Yeah, very cool. Hippo Sleek. Where do you get the names? 4 exhaust tips. ADD wing, Gailey, Takes, US Racing Sport, Modern Garage, looks like it was just a couple of spoilers. Oh, some side skirts as well. This is interesting. The company name is in Japanese, so I don't know what it is, but total front end swap to something like, I don't know, a Lotus Europa or something like that. Or a Ferrari, or, you know, something classic. But the rear end is, well, it has got a different bumper as well, but it's not quite as radical. Pretty cool though. I think it works with the steel wheels. BB Land. I've never seen that front end before. Dream Beat. You'd wonder how many of these they actually made. Like obviously the Mugen ones are quite common, you see them all over the place, but some of these I've never seen before. So either they made a couple just for show cars and never actually sold any, or else they just are all gone and scrapped at this point. Bull bars. I mean, I guess there's no accounting for taste, but bar on the back and then style bars over the rear. No, not to my taste. A ski rack. Wheels. B-Tune. This is, well, I presume it's Watanabe. 5.5 by 14, 6 by 14. Yeah, 5.5 by 13, so you can have staggered. Volk Racing J-Speed. Actually, no, one of the guys in Ireland has a set of these J-Speeds. Very nice wheels. I think they're staggered as well, 13 and 14. I'm not sure who that is, but I've definitely seen those wheels before. I thought these were Enkis. Maybe that's the model Competition S, I'm not sure. Formula wheels, again Volk Racing Weds. These Wed Sports ones seem to be in a lot of the photos of the clubs. Seats. Backyard Special, again, very popular brand for Beats. Still around, making parts for other cars now. Super Street Bucket, never seen that before. They look like a fixed bucket. Brides, Recaros. Not sure I've ever seen a Recaro on a Beat, to be honest. I guess they do have narrow ones, so. T-Rose. It's more of a luxury, something you'd see in a Lexus or something, I don't know. Doesn't quite fit the Beat in my opinion. There's the Esqueleto. Yeah. I guess it's trying to show the before and after of lowering with a full suspension kit. LSD, Cusco LSD. Sweet. You don't see many with that. B-Tune Beetles. Weird. Conies, SR Special are quite common. Tanabes, Feels. Some of these are just springs and some of them are full suspension kits. Tower bars, strut bars. Cage, proper cage. There's one of those cages with the loops over the top. I'm nearly sure I've seen one of the guys in the US with that. Brake pads. What is this? I'm going to guess that is something like a brake cylinder stopper to stop the flex. And it's probably bolted onto the strut towers or something like that. We've got some braided hoses, tires, exhaust, Fujitsu, Sport Muffler RS, I don't know what brand that is, HKS, B-Tune. Again, I think HKS are still making these. Super Beast. 5 Ziggin. I guess that looks like it's a center exit. And it looks like it might have been cut to give some space for it. Takes. You couldn't really put a front bumper over that, could you? You'd have to leave that all exposed. Pretty cool. Air filters. Yeah, even back then there wasn't a huge amount of different types of air filters. This is a K&N. which replaces the whole air box. That looks like more like a drop-in air filter, and the regular HKS ones, the mushrooms. And now we're getting into more serious parts. So inlet manifold or throttle bodies, exhausts. Nobu is a brand that used to be very big. I don't know if they're around anymore, but they used to do a lot of performance parts and body kits. And this looks like a turbo kit with a charged cooler as opposed to intercooler, because it's all sealed. Valve springs, pistons, short shift. I wouldn't have thought it would need a short shift, but there you go. I wonder with these just modifying the stock, like I mean that looks like the stock housing, and changing the internals, or is it replacing the entire box with a different design? I don't know. Some of these would be for the speed limiter delete or defeat. Clocks, oh interesting. It's a complete cluster. Or else individual gauges to change out. Gear knobs. Some underbody bracing here. Oh, there's one of these brake stoppers I was talking about earlier on. To just stop the flex in the firewall when you're pushing the brake pedal. I think this might be something like a buyer's guide, because he's shown how to look for wear in the roof and the mechanism and some of the clips and things like that. The aerial, the tie downs, seats. What to look for in the engine bay. Interesting. You have to look after your soft top. Something about the distributor. Oh, this is a cool little poster here. Beach Shop Beehive. That's so cool. And here's some of the other K-Car magazines. Maybe these are about individual models as well. Wagon-R. And what else we got? This looks like the Wagon-R again. The Suzuki K, Cappuccino. What is this? That's a mix of different Suzukis. And I don't know what that is. I guess these are the actual shops that worked on Beats back in the day as well. Tech GTS. Backyard Special, there you go. NSX, lovely. Cockpit Fields. Radial Shop Grand Slam. Okay. These look like screenshots from various websites. So Beat Freaks homepage. Maybe these are clubs again, I'd say. Honda.co.jp, so the official site. B Cup Club. That's cool. So I don't know what this is. I guess it's an ad for maybe Zeek, or I don't know, I'm not sure, but I guess they sell all sorts of parts. These are all from different providers. And some essential dimensions for the Beat. I'm sure you've seen these loads of times before. K-Car Sport. Again, another brand I've never heard of. Looks like they've got a picture of an AZ1 here at the back as well. Turbo kits. And finally, an ad for Halfway. Midship Dancer. Pretty cool. Turbo kit. Again, it's the TD05M. Maybe this is the same one they had there. Oh, it's bored out as well, so 707cc. If this is the same as the one that was previously in the magazine, it was 120 brake horsepower or 120 PS. So there you go. Some may have found that completely and utterly boring, but if you're into Beats, maybe there's some little nuggets there that you enjoyed. That's it. See ya.